During the Central States Numismatic Society's 2018 annual event held in Chicago, a number of interesting and noteworthy Lincoln Pennies were offered by Heritage Auctions as a part of their signature auction for the show. At the head of that class surely has to be one of the stars of the show, an MS63 Red example of the much-lauded 1969 S double-die Lincoln Penny, graded by PCGS, which makes it one of only 4 coins in the census report at that grade and one of only 7 pieces listed that still retains full red luster. In total, only 63 grading events are recorded in the population report, although it is known that some of these are cross grades, which means that it is likely that the number of coins is probably closer to the 30 to 40 range instead. One of the most widely sought after and desirable double-dyed coins in the entire American catalog, this coin managed to close for $40,800 at the event. While it might be difficult to find a coin to follow on such a high pedigree, this 1926 S cent makes that look fairly easy. As one of the key low mintage issues in the entire series, it is already well known to Lincoln penny collectors. Finding a high-grade 1926 S penny with full red luster is an exceedingly difficult task. This coin stands as one of only 3 plus graded coins in an MS64 grade from PCGS, with only 3 coins listed as finer in the population report. The soft strike of this coin is a very common problem for the issue overall. When all was said and done, this coin, which resides in a gold shield holder with a green CAC seal, managed to sell for $36,000. The next lot is something truly extraordinary. In 1942, copper was desperately needed as a crucial wartime resource and the US Mint couldn't get enough copper to strike pennies with. So they switched to a zinc-coated steel cent during 1943 instead. However, on the way to that, a number of experiments were carried out to find a suitable replacement for the copper coins. This unique set contains 5 coins that chronicle that journey. First up are 2 zinc-coated steel blanks, supposedly from the first test run at the Philadelphia Mint for this composition. One is a completely raw blank and the other was passed through the upsetting mill to create a raised border. The third is yet another experimental piece of a copper-coated steel planchet, likely made at the Philadelphia Mint in around January or so of 1943. The fourth coin is a test pattern strike for a zinc-coated steel coin, struck again at Philadelphia in 1942. This one was graded as AU55 by NGC. Then the fifth coin is an interesting piece that was struck from an experimental alloy of 90% zinc, 4% antimony, and 6% iron. This composition was tested by the US Mint to give the coin a darker color, but was ultimately rejected in favor for the zinc-coated steel coins that we know today as the 1943 steel penny. Apparently, the coins used to belong to a former Philadelphia Mint metallurgist who worked on finding an alternative to the pre-1943 bronze cents. This fascinating snapshot into the US Mint's history was sold for $31,200. Next up is a very attractive over mint mark variety coin for the 1944 penny in the form of the 1944 D over S variety. This is the scarcer of the 2 main D over S coins for the date, and here the final D mint mark was punched directly south of the initial S mark. The specimen in question here is an absolutely lustrous red coin with great eye appeal and a similarly stellar grade of MS66 Red from NGC, all of which culminated to see the coin achieve a final bid of $3,360. Another key variety coin that stood out was this lovely example of a 1992 close AM penny, graded by PCGS in a gold shield slab with a grade of MS65 Red. The 1992 close AM coins is a variety that was inadvertently created when dies intended for the 1993 proof coins were mistakenly sent to Philadelphia and Denver mints and processed along with the other regular dies for that year. It has minor die variations where the A and the M of America are far too close together to each other and are practically touching at their base. This variety has become extremely sought after and popular with collectors. The coin sold at the event for a very respectable $7,200. From there, we head back to another design variety coin, arguably the most famous and certainly the first created, in the form of the 1909 VDB penny. The coin displayed here, though, is one of the matte proof specimens struck for the issue before the VDB was ordered removed from the reverse design. Official mint records indicate that 1,194 such specimens were struck. However, research has shown that perhaps only as few as 400 may have escaped the mint before the design changes were implemented, and the remaining coins likely destroyed. Graded by PCGS as Proof 64 Red, the coin sold for $22,800 when the final gavel struck. Now, there were a number of very interesting error coins on offer at the event as well. Perhaps one of the most interesting was a double denomination coin, which saw a 2000 dated Lincoln Penny overstruck on a 2000 Virginia statehood quarter coin. So a 26-cent coin, if you will. What is even more remarkable, though, is that both coins were very well struck, although the penny is notably off-center from the quarter's much larger planchet. PCGS graded this coin as an MS66 and it sold for $15,600 at auction. Another error coin that is of note was a 1959 penny struck on a silver dime planchet from the Denver Mint. Due to the slightly smaller diameter of the dime coin, the L of Liberty on the obverse was not fully formed and dissipates into the coin's rim. This was the first year of mintage for the new memorial cent design, and quality control was notoriously strict to try and avoid any mistakes or transitional errors. But as this coin proves, apparently no system is foolproof. The coin is authenticated by NGC with a grade of MS64 and managed to raise no less than $2,280 at auction. The following coin is notable for being somewhat of a conditional rarity. Of course, in and of itself, the 1971 penny, either as a business strike or as a proof coin, is not scarce at all, if anything, quite the opposite. However, in absolute gem grades, that becomes a different story. Only about 25% of 1971 S proof cents submitted to PCGS managed to obtain a deep Cameo designation. Add to that the grade of Proof 69 and you are left with only 10 coins at that service with the same grade. Surely to end up in a top tier registry set, this coin sold for $5,280. Alright, just one more error coin for this list. Technically, not a penny, but a 1981 Washington quarter struck on a copper penny planchet with a weight of 3.1 grams. The planchet is naturally deformed as both the striking force of a $0.25 press would be much higher and the penny blank is smaller, so there was no collar to stop the coin from expanding. Graded by NGC as a mint error at MS MS64 Red Brown. The coin sold for $960. And then the final coin to wrap up this video is another fixture on the rare Lincoln Pennies list, the 1992 No S Proof Cent, a regular business strike die designated for the Philadelphia Mint somehow managed to end up at the San Francisco Mint. Then it was processed as a proof die and went on to mint an undetermined number of examples, all of which have no S mint mark as the proof coin should. The mint eventually discovered its mistake and destroyed all but the coins that were already shipped as a part of 1990 proof sets. Today, the best estimates for surviving coins like this is in the 250 or so range, with this coin graded by PCGS as proof 68 deep Cameo. It sold for $3,600. Let me know which of these pennies was the most interesting, or which would you most like to add to your collection in the comment section below. Subscribe to WNN and activate notifications with the bell icon if you haven't already to be notified of any new videos. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching. And remember to keep collecting and have a great day.